and nobody's talking about them. So I'm going to talk about them. All of a sudden it starts sparking. It's not a big lightning bolt. It doesn't need to be a big lightning bolt, because those little sparks at the threshold are tiny little pings, and they are throughout our daily lives. Creativity happens at the threshold where body meets spirit. So we hang out most of the times in our body with very structured set of expectations about what's going to happen next. And a lot of us are planners, and we like to line those things up. So many people have asked me, oh, can you please do a demonstration and show us start to finish what one of your paintings, how you make one of your paintings? Well, if I really show you start to finish on one painting, I would probably have to show you 50 paintings, and they would be all jumbled together. So this painting is a very good example of that. So this painting started as an oil painting about 2 years ago. And it went through probably 4 or 5 different iterations. I sold it to a beautiful woman in Florida, and she has it in her home. However, before I let it go, I photographed it. And then I printed that photograph on a piece of linen, and I painted back into it because I was still curious. And so curiosity is another thing that I use to feed and fuel the creativity, because the creativity that you have inside of you is innate. Every single human is by your very nature a creative being, a blend of an earthly body and a spirit. And where those two come together, where those two physical and spiritual beings come together, is in your heart. And so this is all about managing the flow of creative energy through your heart. Now, that requires honesty, and myself included. I'll try to fool myself into thinking other things. I'll try to fool myself into thinking that I'm not creative, or that I don't deserve XYZ, or I don't even know if I can do a painting. Now, I know that may sound ridiculous coming from a professional artist to someone maybe who's watching that is not a professional artist. But every time I pick up the paintbrush, there's a feeling of, oh my God, can I do this? I don't know if I can do this. And so probably for 49 years of my painting life, I have used my art and my artistry to test if she's really in there, if the creatrix is really in there, and if she's gonna deliver for me. So it's been an act of flexing my faith muscle to prove to myself that she's in there. And after all these 49 years, okay, I get it, you're in there. She's in there, and she's in you too. Because the creatrix lives at that threshold, in that spark. The moment you feel that inspiration go, oh my gosh, you can feel it, you know it. That moment, that is the threshold. You are the bridge between body and spirit, human and nature. It is your nature. And over my 50 years of practicing my art and my artistry, I have practiced over and over again to distinguish how to release the trigger. It's not like I push the trigger. I have to let go of it. I have to let go of something. So releasing my hold on, it's like I'm holding it tightly in there so it can't get in, because who am I to be the creator, right? No. Okay, I won't digress and tell more stories, but the point is, at the moment that you feel the tension or the angst, the emotion of it. So I go through periods of, oh, I just want to quit. Forget it. It's just not worth this. Well, that's a red flag for there's a huge spark coming. What is there to let go of? So instead of just running away, my new way of doing it when I feel that icky kind of emotional morass, I just go sit in my garden on the bench and be still and just don't think, don't do anything. And 2 minutes of that, and all of a sudden it starts sparking. It's not a big lightning bolt. It doesn't need to be a big lightning bolt, because those little sparks at the threshold are tiny little pings, and they are throughout our daily lives. And nobody's talking about them. So I'm going to talk about them.